notification in the dedicated app that we developed, saying, listen, something is happening next to you, then just go and help others. This is minimize the time, and I would say take the inherent gap times outside of the equation, because you can be there as fast as possible. And I think that the Israeli spirit of volunteering and helping others is something that we harnessed into the advantage of Magen David Adom.
By the way, the Jewish communities in the United States also adopted this model, because they have built for themselves the Hatzalah societies, like branches in New York, in Miami, and they fundraise for their equipment and ambulances, and it seems that their model sometimes is much faster than the 911 model, the communal.
Some of those are, because they're government run, they sometimes are not the very best in the highest level of new technology. By the way, I was an EMT.
Oh, really?
When I was in college. It's been a long time ago, 50 years ago, but I was an EMT. So all of this is very fascinating, especially in how quick the response time is. But the fact that you have a pure paramedic on the dispatch, that is an incredible advancement, and most people would never understand what a big deal that is. But that's a lifesaver. To have somebody who can medically evaluate and triage a patient on the phone before the medics ever get to the scene.
Exactly. The treatment begins at the first three seconds. Now, we integrated into the system anything that can come in handy for the patient. That is publicly placed defibrillators that we place on main streets. That is transferring of calls into the police and the fire department. And even the home front command alerting system. You know that nowadays they give you an alert of like 5 or 6 months before the alert. So we have this benefits like 2 years ago. And when missiles were shot from Gaza or from Lebanon, we received the projected impact on our system. And that means that we didn't have to wait for people to come out of the shelters and pick up the phone and say, listen, a missile landed into my house.
We'll go one step further. This war now with Iran, we could see where we failed to intercept the missile. So automatically we dispatched ambulances. The ambulances started to drive there before the missile even fell, and we got the phone call. You save a lot of precious time.
You know how it is. We always ask, always rush to the scene when everybody else are running from the scene. So when Israelis are obliged or instructed to go into the shelters, it is the men and women of Magen David Adom that are running out of the shelters in order to help them, in order to help others. And I think that this represents the Magen David Adom spirit. So we have the matter, the ambulances, helicopters, all the equipment. We have the Magen David Adom spirit, and we have the technology which actually finds them.
What is so amazing, though, the first time that a person has any ability to evaluate a patient is when he or she arrives on the scene and physically looks at them. You've got people going with a pretty good understanding of what they're going to find when they get there, which is a total game
Plus,
changer.
they've got these guys.
And it's continuous, because if I send this immediate first responder to the scene, he reports to everyone what's happening on the scene. We have right now an incident, a car accident somewhere in the Jordan Valley, where a young female was hit by an ATV or something like this. We were able to receive a picture from the scene. This dispatch, those people that sits here, assessed the situation immediately and decided to dispatch Magen David Adom helicopter to the scene, because it seemed like a very critical condition. But this spares the time of the arrival of the first paramedic to the scene, and then they report back. Everything goes continuous.
You just have one helicopter? One helicopter?
No, we have 5 helicopters. 3 of them are active, and the nearest helicopter was dispatched over there. It also spares the time for transporting the patient to the hospital. God forbid somebody has a heart attack in the Dead Sea. He doesn't have to wait an hour to drive to Soroka Hospital. He's been evacuated by helicopter. Yeah. This is quite amazing.
I was at Soroka the other day, by the way.
When
The missile fell?
Yes. Well,
It was after
when
the
it
missile
hit,
fell,
after it hit.
but we were there touring all the damage, and it was a miracle that was not a catastrophic
Yeah.
casualty
They moved all their people out of that.
we have one of our paramedics that was involved in transporting patient to the other hospitals. He will share his experience. But this is quite amazing.
Yeah.
You know, who would have thought that a hospital in Soroka would be struck by ballistic missiles?
It would be the last
And
place you
who
would
would
think.
the day before move all those people out of that building?
Yeah. But Shlomi Kadesh, who was the director, he was giving us the tour and showing us exactly how they moved everybody out. It was pretty impressive to see what they did.
I want to say, we don't believe in miracles.
I
We,
do.
we rely on them. We don't believe in them, but we rely on them.
I totally do, yeah.
Because
Yeah, but
you cannot be in this country and not believe that there are such a thing as a miracle. It's not possible.
No question.
I think David Ben Gurion said that a Jew that doesn't believe in miracle is not realistic or something.
Yeah, and he wasn't even a very religious person. So that's I mean,
No, he said in order to be a realistic person in Israel, you have to believe in miracles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
very true.
One last thing I want to show you, because we use this system not only for dispatching and responding, but also for training our teams and learning from different locations. We record everything. So what I want to show you is the response that Magen David Adom had for the missile attack in Bat Yam.
Okay.
How it went. We have a recording.
Oh, you have the recording?
We have a recording of all the system. Now you see these are the calls that coming from the different people around the scene. Each flag represents an incoming call, and then you'll see the ambulances start coming to the scene. For sure, it's much faster. It now shows us how we responded and how quickly we had both ambulances and people coming to the scene. This creates actually the situation awareness for the teams here in the dispatch itself, and allows us to run the incident as it happens. This is like a recording of what happened.
It's as impressive as anything. Whoever developed the software and the platform upon which this all rests, that is incredible technological advancement. Was this
It was developed in-house. This is the guy, the biggest money spender for Magen David Adom, because
He just spends the money.
very nice to meet you.
Hi.
I commend you because I mean that's an incredible
It's
technological.
not me, it's the people. I just try not to disturb them. Anyhow, regardless of what we said, we're trying to find the next, what is going to be the next thing all the time. So we find with one of the tech company in Israel that cars that hit by missiles actually report to the insurance companies that they hit by a car accident.
Yeah.
So we looked how many vehicles hit in the same radius in less than 10 seconds, and we understand that this is a hit.
we say if there are sensors of several cars report that they experience like a blast or something like this, and those cars are next to each other, then we can assess that there was a nearby hitting. And what the dispatcher will then do, he will look at his map. You will look at this map, and see all the ambulances that are actually available for responding. The system. I don't tell you about. See, you see, these all the ambulances that we currently have in the Tel Aviv area. All of these are now active ambulances.
Are they color coded?
Okay.
Pink
Yes.
mean?
Exactly. Pink is as responding to a call.
Okay.
A green one, if we'll see some, then they are available.
Okay.
We can also see a look for.
לך לדפיברילטורים.
Okay. איפה אני מחפש?
רק תגיד, רד עוד אחד זורין.
Oh, see, all of these are publicly placed defibrillators.
Okay.
Okay. If I look at them, then I can see a picture of the
Building?
defibrillator. Where it is? Here it is.
If
And
someone
I can.
calls from there, that area, and someone, God forbid, had a heart attack, the guy here can
Remotely. It says
we can
go
open
there.
it from here.
I'm opening the cabinet.
really?
So yeah, it's kept locked for people not to steal this. I don't know
Yeah.
what people have to do with the defibrillator, but we
knows?
keep it
Who
locked.
knows?
But then
Sell
we
it.
turn
Who
on the
knows?
lights and siren and do it. Now we called upon Israelis to register their own defibrillators, their privately held defibrillators, into our system. So this is an example for a private defibrillator. But we told the people, listen, register it, form again the video. If we'll use it, we'll reimburse you for the pads and for.
Sure.
Now we're initiating a project to equip and install a defibrillator in every synagogue in Israel. May I recommend you do it
Yeah.
with churches, so they'll be safer, those who come to
By the way,
to
Mr.
pray.
Ambassador, we don't invent the wheel.
Do you know
Just
how many,
connect the
do you know
dots.
how many churches
Because in
there
the
are?
States as well,
What?
they have
Do you know how many
defibrillators.
churches there are?
Yeah, it's not so expensive.
I don't know how
but
many
it
of the
can-
people
truly
know to-
saves lives.
Take the persons that lay down and to understand that the folks outside in the lobby can actually save his life. And this is what we actually trying to connect the dots. We use
AI.
yes.
And I wonder,
In 3 different layers. First, we do live transcription for every call, and then we know to like
Between
if there is
500
a
and 800.
mismatch between what the person said and what he wrote. The second one is all the dispatching procedure
More than one.
made by a system, not by nobody hears it and said this ambulance go for this direction. It's an AI model that decide which ambulance going to be launched for each incident. It's first increase the response time that correct. And secondly, you decrease the mistakes that people actually do.
yeah.
And the third one, and this is a very interesting game, we try to predict. See those 0 seconds? The green one?
רופא מזדמן, אני לא יודע מי זה רופא, כנראה רופא צבאי, אין לי מושג להגיד, אנחנו לא שלנו. יש לי צוות במקום ביצע פעולות החייאה, הגיע הרופא, הכריז מוות. המסוק שלנו חוזלש באוויר. הצוות של מה עושה? פיזית מה עושה שם? הוא סייע לצוות ביצע החייאה. הצוות של ביצע החייאה בשטח.
Regarding the number of
אנחנו מאוד
ambulances,
בעזרנו את האירוע, הצוות שלי שם במקום. עכשיו הכריזו מוות. אז הם מתייחסים על עצמם. נכון, מבחינת פינוי לא יהיה פינוי. אין פינוי. אנחנו לא ביקשנו. הצבא דיבר איתנו, הסברנו לו שהמסוק שלנו באוויר, והסברנו לו שגם המסוק שלנו בוטל בעקבות הדיווח מהמקום. אז למה הוא ממשיך? אני לא יודע להגיד לך. יופי, מעולה. יאללה, ביי. כן, ים.
everyone knows this combination between motorcycles and facility. We have
תנסי, לא, אני אעזור. כולם בהפסקה אני רואה.
And by the way, this is the dispatch center that functioned throughout the war. But we have a bigger dispatch center in Kiryat, located in Kiryat Ono, but it's not underground and not fortified. Now we're building a new, bigger one, bigger than this one, under the ground, nearby. We're going to build a new headquarters. You will see it from far, and it will be a whole complex here of everything that Israel needs.
We wait your wife.
Let's wait for Janet.
No. We're building a new one just next to this. Just as a quick base. When ambulances or when the paramedics profession was invented, they thought that we need to bring people as fast as possible to the hospital. This is why you had large American cars with a
It's all about speed.
Exactly. It was all about. In recent years, we're saying we need to perform the life-saving procedure procedures as fast as possible. This is why we place paramedics at the other side of the line and we invest all we have in order to have a professional as fast as possible. The ambulance is important, but it is important for the transport to the hospital.
If they're not stabilized before they leave, they're probably not going to make it. You know, it's one of the things that in the U.S. we learned. War, as horrible as it is, every time we've been in one, we learned things medically. And one of the things that was most important we learned in Iraq and Afghanistan was every soldier is trained to be a medic. Every single soldier. So that no matter what happens on the battlefield, there's immediate medical attention given. It wasn't just, load them and ship them. It was to treat them, stabilize them, then don't move them until they're stabilized. So, yeah, a lot of lives
stop bleeding or do anything that will prevent immediate death.
Yeah.
We learned from the U.S. Army experience in Afghanistan. We started supplying all blood to wounded soldiers in Iraq. The IDF has improved its transport to the hospital. They're doing this much more rapidly than they used to do. And together with the infusion of whole blood, we were able to decrease the mortality rate from 15% to 7%. That is like a cut of 50% in mortality rate. Much like other than what the Yom Kippur War in 1970. Back then, half of the critically injured soldiers would have died. Now it's only 7%.
We have
And that's been the experience of the U.S. military as well. With every war, a soldier in World War II was not as well as one in Korea. In Vietnam, they were better off. In the Gulf War, they were better. Now they're infinitely better because every time we learn more about those crucial first few minutes.
We're going to go over there and see Huckabee that when he started the event. כן, בטח אני אדבר על זה כשנדבר גם על האמבולנסות. So we spoke about the fact that once ambulances were Mr. Ambassador, this way. Okay. Because we wanted to transport patients.
Oh, my pleasure.
But nowadays, transport is important, but we want to have a medical professional fast at the scene. So Magen David Adom uses each vehicle tool need that we have in order to have a medical professional as fast as possible. They are automated. They are automatically managed by the dispatch we just saw. We were talking about hundreds and hundreds of vehicles each year. As President Erdogan, this system can run 1,900 ambulances of Magen David Adom. God forbid if needed. The 1,900 are only the ambulances. We have additional 600 ambulances and the helicopters and all kinds of motorcycles. Yes.
When you have your underground, clearly in a bunker,
The most special thing that we have is we have buses that are used.
We'll take you to the vault, the blood center. You'll see this. This was designed to survive ballistic missile hit of the building itself.
אורי, שואל אותי שאלות שאני לא יודע. לא תמשיך.
בוא, עידו לידך.
So as you can see, each vehicle of Magen David Adom is donated, mostly from the United States. This mobile intensive care unit, this is actually an emergency room on wheels. It was donated on behalf of the Bibas family. We can go in the back and see. It has all the equipment needed to treat a critically wounded or a critically patient in a critical care, including
זה ממוגן?
זה לא ממוגן. Okay, it has monitor defibrillator. It has medications. It's meant by paramedics. איפה?
כן, אבל הם, בסדר, מה אתה מתאר? הם ראו אותם ממוגנים גם בטקס, אבל I think. You saw also the armored ambulances that we dedicated, which is even, no, this is not an armored ambulance, but we'll show you also the armored ambulances. But of course, the most important thing is to see the unique vehicles that only MDA has.
That's like a multi-patient transport.
Yeah, but this, Uri, תסביר על זה.
This is
The most special one are the buses, but we'll get to them immediately.
This is called Unimo. It's a German-made vehicle that is able to transport 4 critically care patients. What's most important about it, it can go in any terrain. It can go in mud, it can go if an earthquake hit the land of Israel, then it can evacuate. It was also used on October 7th.
By the way, in October 7th, we take 4 critical patients, put them out of the stretchers, pull out.
Roll out.
Yes. And with the others as well. And we take them out, rescue, and then we go for another ambulance.
So you get them in there.
Correct.
Told the UN about it, so they always focus on why Israel is targeting hospitals. Even if we show them 100 times the proof that it's being used as a Hamas headquarters, they are blind. But when our paramedics are being targeted, they never condemn, never said a word.
On October 7th, we had 14 ambulances that were deliberately hit by Hamas terrorists. 2 days later, Samaritan first showed up. They sent Kenny Isaacs. You know, they brought me a nice person. I didn't know. I said, okay, officer, I'll that night, our director general calls me and said, Kenny Isaacs, they will replace the entire 14 ambulances. I said, my jaw like dropped down.
With armor.
They're wonderful.
And then Franklin Graham came and said, we will also add additional armor ambulances.
I'm not surprised. They do extraordinary work. They really do.
Mr. Ambassador. Hi. They heard the sirens, they pulled out, they did exactly what they had to do. They left the vehicle, they went and lied away, and then a missile hit several hundred meters of them, and see the blast wave completely shattered the entire ambulance. Mr. Ambassador, I would like to present you with Arin.
Nice to meet you, Irene. Pleasure.
I arrived at several meetings of the Grand Business Rights the last couple of weeks. This one's one of them.
Were you in this one?
I was the team that treated our team that got hurt.
Yeah.
Luckily, none of them were completely hurt, but we treat a lot of people in different sites, different scenes.
You
So
felt the
massive
blast,
destruction.
I'm sure, right?
Felt the blast, rockets, flying over you, explosions, everything. we work under the danger, and I think this shows how critical our organization's work is. We try to give the best care and treatment to give every civilian, every soldier. And you can see the damage.
Was the windshield, was that from the concussion of the blast? Or
Yeah.
was that was not a direct hit.
No,
That was
not
just
a
the concussion.
direct hit. The ambulance was, there's nothing out of the ambulance. It was a direct hit. We saw massive destruction and buildings falling to the ground. So luckily, none of our team got hurt here. There were a lot of
some of our embassy staff was at the convention building.
Oh yeah, I was there. Yeah, it's and one of the person that got hit there on the 40th floor, he said he was not critical, but it wasn't a minor injury.
אני לא מאחורי הקלעים, הסברתי את עמדתי לפני שבוע אצל קרן מרציאנו, ובטח היום זה עוד פעם יעלה, אתה מוזמן לצפות בהמשך. מניח, זה עכשיו חם. אני לא קורא לעצירת המלחמה בעמדה מורכבת, אני לא אומר עכשיו זה קשה
אפשר על הרקע של האופנועים? כבר ירידה. Mr. Ambassador, a year ago, our Director General said, I want to have a dedicated bus for evacuating patients in case of mass casualty. He said, I don't know what will happen, but I want to be prepared. So we manufactured it.
מאיפה ירושלים?
I will whisper you. We call them the Wheels of Hope. They were generously donated by Americans from Arizona. They asked us to all the way to the end.
Now is this a
We'll show you in a minute. This is how you lift the
patient.
This is how you get up.
Yeah, the paramedics are bringing them here on the page, and then we take him up, and they say that seven. We now have 3 buses, and we hope to have many more, because this is really when you have mass casualty, nothing can replace. Each one of them replaces 7 ambulances.
Where were you designed? Did you guys design it?
Yes, this is our design. We gave the specification. It was created according to what the needs of the paramedics are, and we also used to transport preemies. On the first day of the war, we had to move preemies and
Also the elderly from
nursing home.
When there was a big fire on our Memorial Day, so we had to evacuate everything from near Jerusalem. So we used
אלירן, קחו קצת ימינה.
בואו, קחו.
תעצרו פה, שיהיה לנו תמונה אחד. רגע, תעצרו פה.
Very impressive.
תנו למנכ"ל לעבור.
תשמור לו את השמשה וקח את זה משם.
I hope you got a patent for these designs.
יש לכם פטנט על הגזע?
Yes.
Really? של עוד
המנכ"ל אלי, אפשר להסתכל אלינו כולם, אבל בקו ישר? אלי. יש? לכולם יש?
Bibi was here, what day was it? Bibi was here on Thursday, and he was shocked to see this, all the means that he saw here. He wasn't aware that we have,
I've never seen it.
now we don't have a chance to get budget. I'll explain to you the model. What? Uri Amar, yeah. This is thanks to our American supporters. These buses from, call it the Wheels of Hope. Yeah, because it's a couple from Phoenix. And decided that October 7th to help us. That's what they did.
אבל אפשר קו ישר שנראה את כולכם יפה? מי חסר לו? תודה.
רוצה עוד לא שפט
תגיד לו, כן, תראה לו שיש. תראה לו.
לא חושב פה יעבור אשתו שם, מורידים אותה לא יודע.
His wife on the elevator.
Where's your purse? Front seat. Front seat.
Front seat.
How do I get out?
רגע,
Don't drop me.
אולי שיסתכל.
Don't drop me.
ניסית? תנו לו לראות. תנו לו לראות. רגע. תשאל אותו.
הורדנו את אשתו פה.
תראה לו אותה. יוני, תזהר מאחוריך.
You find it? It's on the front seat.
Your bag is
Oh, never
here.
mind. Somebody got it.
I didn't see it.
And it's small.
Are we okay?
Get on this and go out.
אני מכיר. Mr. Ambassador, can we have a picture next to the...
חבר'ה, הם באו לפה.
לא, תן לו לפגוע, 14.
14.
Still make me ride it on the highway.
If you have a license, you can take it.
עכשיו בוא גלעד. יאללה, גלעד, תרחיב אותו.
רגע, אפשר לפה?
למצלמה הזאת, גלעד?
לפה?
There was a famous
Ambassador.
minister of he had a minister of public security. His name was Kahalani. Victor, I don't know if you remember his name. So when he was visiting, I don't know if it was one of the police units, etc. So they told him, "Do you want to ride?" He had a license. So he said, "Yeah, why not? I'll ride it here for 1 second, 10 seconds for the press." He fell off. Remember what happened to Biden with the bicycle?
yeah.
So, but it was worse, and then they realized his license wasn't really the right one, or it expired. So there was a big scandal against him because of.
זה מי שרוצה לישון בלילה? בא לפה? אני לא, אתם... זה של זקי בעיקרון. איפה המתקן?
to have people sleeping, or that we need to have people staying at a specific location for a prolonged time.
So this is for your staff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Many casualties, and like
How
an
many can stay
earthquake,
here?
big fire, you need all the paramedics to stay there.
14.
Yeah.
So we drive there. This is for 16
Just have one.
16 paramedics in every shift, so it can accommodate like 32 paramedics. They have their like bathroom, kitchen, like
we can bring this to the middle of the desert and
self-sufficient.
say, listen, exactly, we are now having a 3-day incident, you can stay here, or we need to open up a specific station because of a large incident. Then we have an on-call, everyone has its own place to, locker to put things, so we provide our teams with the best, yeah. I'll tell you about it when we get to class. Magen David Adom is always prepared. Ask me for what, I don't know, but he are always keeping, you have to be prepared. So we are preparing. Yeah. So we don't know if and when we need it, but if needed, it's in place, and this is most important.
Me? No, I'm new. I'm just a representative figure. Yeah. Other than English, he knows everything. All the other things he knows. I know nothing, I just know politics, so we complement each other. But I finished being ambassador 8 months ago. Since I returned, I represented nobody.
זה?
So you ask, what is the benefit to take 7? This is the benefit. It saves 700 lives.
Yeah, you take
It
7
saves
when normally
700 lives there,
you
there's 30 crew members. Instead 1.
We're going to the right. Okay. It not only provides medical attention, it provides hope. I'm thinking of...
רק כשאתה עובר פה, תראה לו, רק תדבר על זה וזהו, על המינימום, על זה.
דיברנו על היונימוג שהיינו...
המינימום, קדימה.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly like
אל תיתן לו ללכת לבד.
הוא איתו.
I remember that my father used to go to Magen David Adom station. Yeah, because then I need to drive back. Currently, I would go to Blood Drive unit coming to my place. So we're trying to adapt and reinforce it. That's a really big, we are currently at the Marcus Center. Yeah, he was the major. And each bank has to have a vault. Yeah. This is what we call the it is a special. It is a special. Currently, it's empty. You can see it out here. This was the first part of the building that was made. We had special materials, special concrete made over here in order to assure that the blood supply to the country and to the IDF, because we supply to the IDF as well, will keep even if a ballistic missile hit.
Direct hit.
Yeah.
Even can protect even from a direct hit of ballistic missile. Not your B-2 busters, but an Iranian ballistic missile.
I'm pretty sure we're not going to send a B-2 to Boston.
But now they have less. They have 20. Now they have less. It's self-sufficient in terms of electricity, in terms of It can work for 72 hours without electricity.
All self-contained,
Exactly.
totally.
Exactly. And this is to assure, because it can have tens of thousands of units of blood supply to the entire. Eli mentions this is a special steel made in order to make sure that this is.
And again, we have to emphasize that without our American supporters, Israel would never had the most unique, advanced, fortified underground national blood center. You know, we call it the Marcus Blood Center because he was the main donor, the late Bernie Marcus. Yeah.
Created an incredible business called Home Depot. Sold a few things. That's pretty amazing.
Dr. Marina Iza, she is the deputy for the blood services for the country.
Very nice to see you.
And she will escort us to the labs of this unique lab.
So we were going to give our blood.
We'll take your blood and we'll just see the laboratory. Let's go on.
Okay. Knowing it probably
Can smaller, we're going to our left.
From Latvia, from Estonia.
Yeah.
The guys came to see what we are doing here. They are cooking.
they should be. Yeah. That's very wise.
Yeah. So they try to build the same places to protect the blood. Minus
That's what allows us to function on October 7th and since under a heavy barrage of rockets. Without this blood center being fortified and underground,
You don't have to go to the shelter, you are the shelter.
So we are still on the shelter. It's a bit less protected.
Blast doors.
Blast doors, exactly. So I'll show you from the beginning what
Okay.
is the weight of the blood units which was donated. So we are.
Larger facility than I
It looks rather empty because we donated during these 12 days of the war. We donated too much, and we don't want to discard the blood. So we are now trying to donate less. We are going down to 700 units a day instead of 1,100 that we are usually doing. And during the war, we went up to more than 2,000 a day. Yeah.
today the laboratories are not working because, thank God, after we campaigned and asked the public to donate blood, now we have too much.
Now you don't need
it. We have too much.
Oh, wow. Which will be enough for delivering 5,000 units a day. Usually we are dealing with 1,000, but the place and the staff, most of them are volunteers who coming during the war. So everything is enough to go up to 5,000 units a day. And that was done. It was done on October 9th, 23.
Whole blood transfusion. 50%, we succeeded to cut the mortality rate among wounded soldiers on the front line. 50%. In the past, they were dying because they lost blood. This war, 50%
יש שם משהו? יש שם תמיד יש לך דם?
Uri?
Mr. Ambassador, I would like to show you one more thing here in the labs themselves. Part of processing the blood is separating the red cells, the plasma, and the
platelets.
And platelets. So, and we use centrifuges for this. So in Israel we use centrifuges in order to save lives.
Not like Iran. They use not the same centrifuges, I believe.
So we don't have to drop a bomb from the to your centrifuge.
Definitely. So there are special centrifuges that are for processing blood units.
זה דם שהוא, זה כבר... זה...
המנכ"ל אפשר פתוח קדימה?
כן, אבל זה...
מה אתה רוצה שנעשה?
למה בלי כפפות הזה?
לא, מה אתם רוצים לעשות עם זה?
לא לשתות.
מה? לא, פה זה... כן, מה אתה רוצה עוד? מה, זה נתנו לך, אז תגיד לא תודה.
So it's whole blood units, which was donated, and here we are separating it to components and delivering to the hospitals. If we need to deliver to the IDF, so we are using whole blood, O positive, with low titer of antibodies to the other groups, because it is whole. And we are using only O positive and only from men, because women have some antibodies after pregnancies. So we are just using for soldiers the whole blood from
O positive?
O positive.
They had a baby in a long time.
Wow.
מרינה יכול להציג את זה?
A very long time.
אוקיי. מרינה, בואי נמשיך.
Okay.
We can edit from here. Hepatitis C, and one disease is endemic here, human virus. Another stuff here, endemic it's only 4 months. So we are starting from June 1st. Huh? Sorry, other way. Okay.
על המכונות האוטומטיות. מישהו עלה מולי? אני לא שמעתי.
כן. איפה אורי? אורי, תסביר למה.
And for ABO, the type of blood, and for RH. RH is just a sign of plus and or minus. So everything is done here. From all the donations we collected during the day, all the tubes are coming here, and blood units are coming to the other side of here.
You're able to track if there's any of them that have a problem with West Nile.
Was donated by Americans too.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, this is entirely automatic. So a unit of blood gets to this point, being processed, and then if needed goes down, and the entire shipment is done from downstairs. This is what we did for the last 2 weeks. בואי נלך לבנק חלב.
Okay, so we'll use elevators?
Yes.
בנק חלב, דקה אחת, 2 דקות.
About 7 years ago, Mr. Stone came to us and said, listen, Israel is the only country in the OECD who doesn't have a human milk breast milk. Even though we have the capabilities of collecting samples of
What we will see now is also something that
sure, of course we'll be happy
bank.
So
Yeah,
we are also
collect
the breast
donation.
we're going to see it now.
Babies, so we really use it and save the
גלעד.
כן, אני מסביר על ה-breast milk bank. רגע, אבל אנחנו נכנסים, יש מישהי שמסבירה?
Yeah, exactly. So when you're giving
It's number one. Flow number one.
It is a good milk that other babies can get it. So
when we didn't have enough stars, so we used cards. You see on another wall?
Yeah.
All of them. Sharon.
Yeah,
Sharon
שתי
is the
דקות זה עכשיו.
director of the Human Milk Bank. Sharon Transport.
Pleasure to meet you.
if you can speak more.
So you've got a small introduction. We are a national facility, so we provide milk to all hospitals in Israel. Plus we provide milk as a special occasion of the October 7th event. So we provide milk to women that are unable to provide the milk to the babies. Started with the events, people were directly affected by the events, and later on we provided the milk to women that were recruited to reserve and needed the milk for the babies. So we provide plenty of milk both to preterm baby and to older infants that need
You can keep it up to a year?
You can keep it frozen in -80 for several years.
Yeah.
You can keep it frozen in -30 for more than 5 years, and you can keep it frozen in -20. At least.
Now, did this start after October the 7th?
No, we started before. We started
Okay.
to provide milk. Actually, Israel was the last country in the Western countries that didn't have any milk bank. So we established the milk bank and we started to operate on a regular basis in January 2021. And since then we provide milk on a regular basis to all hospitals.
Very impressive.
We have an outline.
Sharon?
Sorry?
Sharon, how many liters of milk we supply?
You can see currently we do not pasteurize any milk, but we operate on the milk. This is a pasteurization hall. Okay? So actually we are doing the cleaning in order that we'll be able to pasteurize that. Tomorrow morning, you can see on the brown bottles over there, you can see glass containers, okay? This is milk that is stowed and waiting to be pasteurized. Those are the pasteurizers. We deliver approximately to almost 300 liters for hospitals every month, and similar amounts to all your events. The yellow light, you can see the yellow light. It's different, yeah. The yellow light is done in order to preserve the vitamins in the milk. Okay, so you filter out the blue wavelengths, very similar to the filter that you got on your mobile and on television. Okay, blue wavelengths is high energy, so you need to filter it out with the yellow light. So it is not filtering. Oh. This is an example of breast milk.
And you'll test from that.
So we're testing we're testing for vitamins and for protein, and then we are like this. We are delivering to the hospital.
It's minus 80, so fingers will frozen very soon. Yeah. Okay, thank you for coming. And I hope that's thank you, and I hope it's nice to be part of the tour. It's a different approach to saving life. It's the womenly approach to saving life.
I wish I had that. I had this when I was breastfeeding because I had more milk than I know what to do with. That is awful.
Thank you for
request and cancel those. Yeah, probably the president tweets helping.
נראה שכן.
לא, מי שרוצה...
הייתי בבת ים, היה מישהו אחר.
רגע. לך אחורה. עכשיו.
כן, חזר. תגברו את זה, בעוד שניים. אתה עדיין פה, וואלה, נכון, כן.
מה ראית?
רצית חלב?
מה ראית?
לא, פה הולך לפעמים גם.
כן.
אבל
לא, יש גם זה אם אתה רוצה. אני חושב שיש אולי. מה אין? למה ראית את הגלריה? לא ראית. איציק? איציק?
הולך לחדר שלו. אני אעשה פה...
כן, לא, קודם כל נכנסים פנימה, אחר כך לקחת תמונה שלי.
חבר'ה,
רק תנו להם, רק
חברים, תעזבו רגע.
אוקיי.
אוקיי, אתה בסדר? הצהרה פה בכל מקרה. כן, כן, אחרי שכבר כמה דקות, אז נעשה בדיקה. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. אין בעיה, לאט לאט. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. כנראה זה הרקה אולי של הקו. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. מדבר מאוד חלש, אז אפילו כדאי שתרים, כאילו אני חזק מדי. 1, 2, 3, טון כזה פחות. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. בסדר. נראה לי אתה היית בנהירות יותר ממה שהוא אוהב. כן, אתה מרוצה? מיקרופון של 14. מים? כן. שעון כאן לא היה כזה מושך רייטינג. איך? טלנט רק בכסף הוא היה. בוא נגיד הוא עבר לך ל-15. מה הוא מוציא שם? 1.2% רייטינג? הוא לא מרגיש טעם. הרבה פחות. לא, אחוז וקצת. התחילו למדוד. למדוד כמה...
פול. מחר. לא, שאלתי אותו, אמרתי לו, אולי נעשה אחרי הרבה זמן.
Where?
צ'ק, בדיקת סאונד, מה שצריך. אין בעיה, דקה. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, מדבר חלש, אז שווה להגיע מה שצריך. 1, 2, הם מגיעים, אז כולם מוכנים? They are here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, סאונד צ'ק.
Good afternoon. Okay. Bibi always says I have such a loud voice, I don't need a microphone, but I'll use it anyway. So, good afternoon everyone, and welcome here to the Marcus National Blood Services Center. We are truly honored, Director General of Magen David Adom, Eli Bin, and myself, to host here Governor Huckabee, U.S. Ambassador to Israel, and his wife Janet. Thank you so much for coming here. I believe that after the last operation in Iran, it became even clearer for many people, not only in Israel, but all around the world, that Magen David Adom is truly the backbone of Israel's resilience, because these great people, our paramedics, our teams, our volunteers, they were everywhere, and they were everywhere within seconds. And while everyone was running to find a shelter, they were running inside, our paramedics, they were running outside to try and save lives. And it's important to note that Magen David Adom is a non-governmental organization. Yes, indeed, we get a small portion of our budget from our government, around 15%, and another portion is the fees. But the most important part is how we can equip ourselves with state-of-the-art equipment, advanced technologies that are enabling us to be deployed everywhere and save lives within minutes, maybe seconds, is mostly thanks to our friends and supporters. And our main friends and supporters, they live in the United States of America. So it's not only about this building, it's about the armored ambulances, it's about all the means that you saw downstairs. And we are so grateful to each and every one of them. And the fact that you are about not just to visit us here, but also to donate from your blood to saving other people's lives here in Israel, I think it says everything. It symbolizes the true friendship, brotherhood between our great nations, between you as one of our staunch great supporters ever. And so I just can say thank you from the bottom of my heart to you, to Janet, to the American people, to the President of the United States, to President Trump. God bless America. God bless Israel. Thank you, Ambassador.
proud of the Americans who have made significant contributions to this incredible facility. I'm grateful that in doing so, they've not only protected Israelis, but they protected the 700,000 Americans who live in Israel. Most people have no idea that there are that many Americans living here. Most of our own members of Congress have no idea. And I explained to several of them that that is a full congressional district back home. There are more Americans living in Israel than Americans living in any other country other than Mexico. More Americans live in Israel than live in Canada, the UK, France, Spain, Italy. So protecting lives here very likely is protecting American lives. And so it is fitting that many American donors have contributed dramatically to what is a state-of-the-art facility, the pride of medical technology, and really the centerpiece of seeking ways to save people's lives by getting the care to them faster than has ever been imagined. The common denominator that I've seen here today is not the language. Some people speak Arabic, some speak Hebrew, a few of us speak English, not even very well, but that's all we got. And it's not ethnicity. There are people who are Israeli, there are people who are Arabic, there are people who are more European. It's not that. It's not religion. Because among the many, many volunteers and the people who serve with this organization, some are Jewish, some are Muslim, some are Christian, some are Druze. It runs the full gamut. That's not the common denominator. There is one common denominator among all the people that make this an extraordinary, life-saving organization. And that is that everyone who is a part of it has one goal: not to advance a religion, a language, a nationality, for that matter, even a country, but to save lives. And they save lives regardless of whose life is being saved. So it wouldn't matter if it was me, an American. It wouldn't matter if it was a Palestinian or an Israeli or a tourist. That's what makes this organization something to be very grateful for. We hear a lot about miracles, and this place is, I would say, the originator of a lot of miracles. I don't mean that in a way that sounds disrespectful. Let me quickly tell you, there's a favorite story of mine. An Israeli bought a farm down in the Negev, and it was rough land. There was nothing there but rocks and dirt. It was pretty barren. But he worked it. He worked it hard. For 5 years, he worked it. And after a long period of time of developing drip irrigation and tilling that land, it was producing fruits and vegetables, and it was beautiful. One day his rabbi came down to see him, and he said, "Oh, my son, what you and God have done with this place." With that, the farmer wiped the sweat off his brow and said, "Yeah, Rabbi, you should have seen it when God had it all by himself." And that story reminds me that miracles happen. God is involved, but he uses the hands and the feet and the minds and the hearts of the people, like those who work here and those who serve all over the country. And the miracles are no less divine, but they are also no less the extraordinary sacrifice and service of the people who live here and who help their fellow citizens to live life and to live it better. And to all of you, I say thank you. Now I'm about to give some blood, as is my wife. Some lucky Israeli is going to have my blood someday, and I'm sure they will be the better for it. If we find out that they got it and it made them sick, I don't want to hear about it. I just want to hear how you continue to use this extraordinary, amazing, state-of-the-art technology to save the lives of people that wouldn't be with us otherwise. Thank you very, very much. All right.
Just one second.
Yes, I do want to say that to be here with, again, David Dome is a great privilege for me to see these facilities, to see the men and women who work here, who serve here, who sacrifice here. And I hope that the people back in America, many of whom have been very generous to, again, David Dome, will continue to be so, because they can know that their contributions are making an incredible difference in the lives of people who wouldn't be with us without those contributions and sacrifices. No one needs to add anything to what the President said. It's a pretty clear statement. You agree with this? Of course I do. I work for it.
This is not Israel, Tuvia.
But I'm so very pleased with our President.
What's the policy? Right there, or like to take a picture while?
Mr. Ambassador, I think he's one of our volunteers from Chabad.
אתה תתרגם כי אני לא דובר אנגלית. היום זה ג' תמוז, יום הפטירה של הרב מלובביץ'. יש פה שתי ספרים, ספר, על הפגישות הפוליטיות שהרבי עשה עם כל מיני אישים בעולם.
The meetings with leaders that he did.
The Lubavitch rabbi did, and he wishes to give it to you. Let me get out of the picture.
אני רוצה בזמנו החופשי שיקרא את זה, שיראה מה המסורת של הרבי, מה הרבי עשה בעולם, ולהנחיל את הטוב שהרבי עשה.
He will be honored if you will find the time maybe to read the great deeds of the Lubavitch Rebbe. I think President Trump also visited.
הוא העלה את פוסט, הנשיא טראמפ העלה את פוסט, כן.
Sunday before,
he inspired many leaders.
But the Sunday before my Senate confirmation hearing, I went to the Ohel.
Really?
Yes, I did.
לפני שאישרו אותו בסנאט כשגריר, הוא הלך לאוהל של הרבי, אז קיצור נפלת, אין לך מה...
מה שחשוב שבביקור הבא של טראמפ, הם הביאו אותו אלינו. בוואטסאפ הוא כותב לו שהוא צריך לבוא.
Okay, next visit of President Trump, they want him here for sure.
Thank you. תודה רבה.
David.
Thank you.
Of course.
What's the policy about the press?
Ambassador, I think we're okay with pictures in here? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, got a sign.
Pictures, not video. Or whatever you say.
Yeah, video's fine. Let's not have people throw questions while he's
מה אתה רציני?
You're going to have to, if it's in Hebrew.
Yeah, you have the English here.
Okay.
Put it in. Do you have a passport?
זה באנגלית?
תעזור, יוני, תעזור לי.
We have here, it's page by page the same, I will be more than happy.
That would be okay. What do we need, Mike?
I'm using my foreign affairs card.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
I didn't make it.
She's the expert. I'm only helping in filling up the form. So,
I'm happy to help as well.
so you have here 1-1, which is 1-1, which is your ID number.
Yeah, I'm using the same.
Here. So we're going to run it up here.
Yeah.
You can write it.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't read this.
You go through these, or what do you do?
Yeah, just have an email or phone number that we can contact.
Yeah.
No, from left.
Sorry, phone number? Maybe assistant or something if you don't want to give your own.
Two phones, not to be the Israel
Okay,
number.
but you can go through these, just read the whole thing and tell me if everything's there, and then I'll just...
Yeah.
Date of birth, which is day, month, year. If you have any previous
last name.
your address here. Your address is just this. Your home address.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can write it through mine. No, just
People don't get
Now, we are part of the blood donors organization. Here, first of all, the reason of the donation is for general need, which is one, and will you
Can you take off your jacket, please? I want to measure how much blood pressure you have.
Okay. I don't have any one
You probably do. You probably do. You speak, you move, you are alive.
בלי סאונד, רק זואגה. רגע. שירה, תביאו את הכיבוד לפה שיוכל משהו פה.
נשים את הכסף
שעתיים עד הסדר בשעתיים?
No one believes deciding what we're taking about. Coffee? לנו לא, למה?
No, I never lived. In Ashkelon. Never lived there. The first time I lived outside of Israel was when I was appointed as ambassador. I never lived outside. Yeah. Oh, really? Really?
And then he went home to
So you know the Yemenite community in Ashkelon? There, many years ago, there was a South African community. No more. They all upgraded their and moved to the center. Really? It's so funny that Israel is considered like the most dangerous place on earth, and you're.
So I should be worried. I just, the security will be at max.
Because what happened in DC was pretty exceptional. I don't really know if they knew that they were like employees of the embassy, or just because they saw people there speaking Hebrew or what happened. נתתם לו לשתות משהו? Yeah, it takes some time.
עכשיו בתרומה?
Which arm do you want to use?
Whatever you have better make.
You know what? I can can be problematic sometimes, finding a vein. So you may have to do a little looking.
Which one is better for you when you blood test?
It's never the same. So if you want to look and see which start on the right since you're on this side, it may be easier. And if you don't like the looks of it, we'll try the other one. Sometimes. No pressure. You have a few
No pressure. You just told her that you're problematic finding your vein.
I wanted her to be aware, so, you know.
But even if she make a mistake, it's not going to hurt the relations between our countries.
It could. It could be an international incident.
Let me check your other hand.
Oh, okay. There we go. Try that.
Just to be sure.
Yes, I sometimes
Drink enough water today.
I don't know. I never know.
תיקח אתה,
Do I need to make a fist or not?
כמו שאז עם ההוא, עשית לו בגין, עשית לו
I didn't do that one.
וקים.
This is a better time, so I'm going to ask you to
Go to the other one? Sure.
come from this.
Okay. We like the red chair better.
I'm sorry, הרסתי לבד.
We have no blue chairs here, only red chairs.
Red and gray.
בואו כמה צעדים אחורה, שכולם... Go back here.
ביד שמאל אתה לוקח אותו? אוקיי.
ג'ון, קם.
You could just about do it with a fingernail, couldn't you? Can you type with those?
Yes,
Really?
everything.
That's amazing. Good for you. I was at the Apple store in Tel Aviv a few weeks ago. And the girl was helping me. Was very smart and knew exactly what she was doing. She could just work on that iPad and my phone.
Everything, just with your hand.
I was amazed.
Yes, it's very practical.
Now, I don't know
Once
how
you
to
get
call
used to it.
I'm not sure I would call it practical.
You could try, maybe.
Yeah.
Give it a try.
Should I scream out loud for the
Yes,
cameras?
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. It's very painful and very...
Because that would be really helpful to future blood donations.
Exactly.
To have me here and then screaming like an 8-year-old.
You should scream, yes. You definitely scream.
Okay. I'll remember that.
It might damage the deterrence of the United States of America. We don't want it to happen because of blood donation.
That's probably not good about fainting or something like that, right?
Part of the process sometimes, so you can, if you want, if you feel it, you want.
No, I never do that. One thing I try not to do is to actually look. She is good. Mark this down. She is good.
For you only the best.
I'm telling you, rarely does somebody hit it the first time. I didn't want to say that and jinx it. But I've been stuck as many
You
as
did say it.
7.
I was already like...
But one poor phlebotomist stuck me 7 times and still never found it. And she was so nervous and gave up and walked away, and they brought someone else in. And I thought,
really?
Yeah. And on the 9th time got me, so she gets a raise.
You feel good.
So far,
If there's any changes, let me know, okay?
okay.
It's not your first time.
No, I've done it many times. It's been a little while, but used to give all the time, but I've just kind of been in rhythm of it. Obviously, since I relocated here.
פרופסור של ארץ.
זה היה מתוך השקית היום מפריעים.
פעם היינו עושים מתוך השקית וזה, עכשיו ישר מתוך זה.
they explained to me that this is the new methodology, but I didn't really understand what they. Can you explain what you said?
Before this tiny bag, we didn't have this tiny bag. We had only the big bag that the blood goes into, and we used to take we used to take it from the big bag. Then they noticed that it's much better if there's like a bag of samples before, just for the first blood to come into this with the alcohol.
Yeah.
And for that, if there's something like not right, so first we're going to sit in the small bag. So they created a whole new system with the bag.
שחוסך לדקור פעמיים?
לא, היו חותכים את הצינור, ונותנים דרך הצינור.
זה פשוט שהאדם הראשוני ייכנס לשקית עם האור ועם האלכוהול ועם זה, ואחר כך האדם הנקי נכנס לנו לשקית הגדולה.
I did forget the screen, though. I thought
It was the best part. I was waiting for it.
Yeah, but then it would have been on you. Everybody thought it was your fault, right?
It's okay. I can do it.
I didn't want to do that to you. I mean, I put you under
She's
enough
very
pressure
resilient.
already by saying, look how many cameras are watching you do this. Have you ever done it with that many people watching?
Well, now that I notice, I didn't notice it before, but now that you said it.
I wanted you to be aware of the fact that if something had gone wrong, the world would have noticed. Okay,
Yes, for sure. It will be on me.
Totally. Wouldn't it be on me? I'm just laying here. I got nothing to do.
You can do once in a while like this.
Okay.
And then it helps it come more like faster.
All right. She hit me first time.
Of course.
Well, I told her that's not typical.
Okay. Oh, hi. Nice to meet you.
Is it purple like it usually is?
No, it's blue.
Were you a baby as you usually
I
are?
absolutely didn't flinch. Didn't scream, nothing.
Did you hear the scream?
No.
You were supposed to wait. I was going to race you.
Oh, well. This way I won.
Which one were you doing?
There's some primetime blood here. Just want you to know.
I think mine is really more special.
Could be. They may take it in the back and throw it away and say, there's no way we're using this
Yeah, probably is.
worn out blood.
I wish I'd known that before I answered all those questions.
Yeah. How's it coming?
Good.
Are you a nurse?
No.
Oh. I'm sorry.
She's a vampire.
You know, I was trained to take blood as well.
Yes? You want to do your own?
No, I can barely do it, much less take my own blood. So let you take it. Then it's much easier.
How many years are you?
51.
The director just said you have to pump. Yeah. או כל הזמן? All the time.
Probably longer than you want a while.
The little print hurts me worse than you. She did a fabulous job.
דניס, קח את הכיסא הזה אחורה. הכיסא מאחורה.
When this comes, where do we go? We'll go right in the windows. Not a big vein. Actually, a little freckle right there. If you just hit it, usually it's pretty good.
פה, קצת לי.
She's really when I was a minister in public security, it happened to me as well. I went to the hospital, not to donate blood, they needed to take to inject something. Something for my eyes, like it had like a yellow color, and she missed it like 3 times. And then when I was going to the bathroom, yellow.
They're almost done.
Okay.
The competition, it's over before it began. Sorry.
So far, so good. At least I had some. And it's red. Always a few things to give you a little bit of relief. Red color. She did a great job. She did it the first time. Absolutely never felt it.
Okay?
Not everybody's that good.
In front of 20
I was
cameras.
going to say, that put the pressure on. She did great. Hi there, how are you? You're coming to clean it up, huh?
No, we just need to shake it every once in a while.
Shake your blood.
You what?
Right? You gotta shake your blood.
מאיפה את בארץ? בית ג'אן? She's Druze. She's from the village of Beit Jaan.
Pastries in the world. My gosh. One of the Druze leaders came to the embassy to have a meeting. There's a place that I've been wrong. I can't remember the name of that. And it's Druze restaurant education. And we would always stop and take, I have 400 Americans there. And we clean the place out. My goodness. Makes me hungry thinking about
Hurry, David, I'll race you.
This is more easier.
Is the blood coming out? Yes, for it. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot give you a $1.2 million bus. Try. Good try.
Okay? If there's any changes, let me know, okay? If you feel anything so hurt you, we need it for the better a little bit?
ואיפה הוא יכול לשבת? No, I organize the food and...
לכו תביא מבד פה עם משהו.
Hey, John, you're not giving blood?
I'm waiting in line. The sweet pastries or the sandwiches? Or both?
I was telling her that she told me she was Druze, and I was telling her that the pastries I've ever had in my life.
What, you like the knafe or the one with the goat cheese, the sweet goat cheese, the orange one?
It's the one that's made.
Is it working? Yes, of course. This is your bed.
Baklava. Baklava.
One of the Druze leaders had it.
Usually after oh, we do this. So yes, afterwards it's like the flow is better.
That was the worst part about it.
Yeah, they all...
David?
Yes.
Where are you? Are you not started yet?
No, I'm waiting for my turn.
We're going to leave you behind. Keep that chair.
I suggested that.
You can sit in one of the beds over there. Whatever's available over there, you can sit. Yeah.
3 minutes.
This one? Sure. I don't think they have the other one.
Very comfortable chair, isn't it?
Zero gravity.
You what?
Zero gravity. It's difficult.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Take a nap in that. This would have been nice to have in the shelter where we were. But the shelter is very small.
Where, in the embassy?
The now, the embassy shelter is large, but the one at the residence is very small. It's in a laundry room downstairs for me.
It's a temporary, it's not a return. You're building a new residence, no?
Yeah, we kind of like where we are. We like to stay there.
So you don't have, you have to go down to the...
We do have it's a very small room, and with all the security people, we had one time 12 people and our 2 dogs in this tiny little space. Got it? Okay.
Another 2 minutes? Or שתי דקות?
10 minutes?
10 minutes?
כן.
Life, are you done?
Here are your instructions.
Oh. Do a blood pressure.
I think it's just go to the Dairy Queen and get a banana cereal. Or at least a milkshake.
First thing I do, every time I'm from America.
Go get a milkshake?
When I go back.
Can you get a good milkshake here?
Depends on where.
And this, like America?
שירה, שלא ייגעו בזה.
No, but you have good milkshakes. It's not the same. I started, they're not.
Can you just get some?
It's 24 years in America. No. Rainbow or, no, those aren't milkshakes.
Why they have milkshakes with ice cream? There's
They're probably called milkshakes.
ice cream and everything. It's delicious. It's called
No, because that's a bite. Más a bite. זה לא נכון, זה הדבר הראשון שלי. לא, like the... לא משנה שתגיד, לא. כן. I can't explain it. Really? It's delicious. Where
do you get your best?
That's in Robin's ice cream.
Baskin Robbins. I actually started for about soft serve.
I'm not familiar with Cordell and
Okay.
Sal. I don't know if they sell those.
Yeah, probably. I think. I mean, born and raised in Baskin Robbins.